Alafia, aho, ase, namaste, and ache to you, and you. In blessings, here are the answers to your questions, and we're going to go in depth. Ache to many of you. Blessings to your spirit guides. Blessings first to God above. And blessings to all that walks with you. No matter what your faith is in your walks of life, I am going to answer the questions. Not only was this also sent to me, a request and text message about who and what is muerto. What is the difference between muerto and spirit? What is the difference with Egun and spirit, and so forth? And let's go into more depth. In blessings to all of you, may you always have ashe. And blessings to all of you, whatever you're going through and whatever is conflicting within yourself, may you walk with the light of God and the light of peace. As we elevate and as we age, our spiritual energy with all sorts of education that is around the world and following your house, whether it's your ile, meaning your house of orisha, whether it's your house of spiritualism, whether you belong to a church, whichever it is, we're going to get down to the nitty-gritty. And I thank you for watching Shadow of Wolves and Blessing. Please make sure to like, subscribe, comment, and share, and so forth. Not only does this also keep everything going, but it also allows my spirits to appreciate you watching, liking, and sharing with Blessing, and your spirits appreciating all the knowledge that they receive from the platforms that you choose. So please make sure to hit the notification button, like, subscribe, everything you need to do. Let's begin. When we talk about a muerto, someone asked me, this is a Spanish word that is used for those who passed away, the dead. When we talk about spirits, some say ghost, and we're going to get into that. We are talking about someone who has passed away. We're not talking about spiritual energy. Let's get into spirits. What is the meaning of spirits? Remember, the term muerto is not a bad term. It's a Spanish term for the dead. Same thing for spirits. But in working with your spirit guides and understanding the blessing of your spirit guides, you need to know who they are. How do you know who your spirit guides are? Where do you start? Well, first and foremost, the most important aspect in understanding your spirit guides is first understanding yourself. First, understanding yourself. The path that you walk in when you do your prayers, as this is based on spiritualism, this is based on understanding where your spirits come from, what is your lineage, where does your blood reside. Now, some of you may very well attract spirits that you have checked your DNA and you say, my goodness, I don't have this in my DNA, but I love this spirit. Some spirit guides that you love may not walk with you. You may just love that spirit. But do know spirit guides go into a deeper aspect. So let's begin. When you are working with spirit guides, there are spirit guides of light and there are spirit guides of lower energies that don't have any light. So not all of your ancestors, you need to know this, could be of light. Not all of them were holy and moly and, okay, good, come and protect me. You don't know if they need light. Hello? If they need light with blessings. So what do I mean by that? When your spirit guides need light, these are your spirits of light or spirits who are developing. Your ancestors definitely always walk in your blood. The controversy of this is some of your ancestors did not get to complete their mission here on earth. As you walk in flesh and bones, you also walk with the blood of your ancestors. Now, in understanding that, do know that once again, your ancestors that have light, you continue to do prayers, you pray to God first, you light your candle, you talk to your spirits. But remember, these spirits that are your ancestors belong on a white table for us, a white table. Your Egun, many times I have spoken about this, are spirits that come deep within the Congo region, that are Egun, that work with the power of spiritualism from the Congo region. Egun does not belong on the table. That doesn't mean that they're any less, because they are being prayed to, and the songs and prayers, and excuse me, I have a little bit of a cold. The songs and prayers are any lower, but Egun, also meaning bones, and meaning spirits that worked with from Dahomey, from the Congo region and so forth, those spirits that they call Egun, they have their space outside in the garage. Some people have them in a certain section, or they belong outside in the wilderness, in the beauty of your backyard. They have their coffee, they have their rum, they have their cigar. And oftentimes we use a stick and we aumba waiori, we pray to them. In Africa, they say Egungun. Those are your spirits of strength, but it doesn't mean they're any less because their coffee and their offerings are on the floor. Doesn't mean they're any less, because guess what? When you're hitting that stick that was given to you through your padrino, your madrina, and so forth, when you're hitting that stick, not only is it waking them up and it's hitting the earth, whether they were buried, whether they were cremated, they are from earth. They were born on planet Earth. So when you're hitting that stick and you're praying, those prayers are going up to heaven as well. As above, so below. You are holding the stick. You are the vessel between life and earth, in blessing to your Egun. So it's not bad to say, oh, I'm going to have Egun offerings on the floor with coffee, rum, and candles, and based on my faith is what I'm telling you, and your faith. Now, let's go into your spirit guides. Your spirit guides are those that are to be of light and blessing. Spirit guides are of light. Let's talk about them first. These are the ancestors that they didn't do evil work. Even if they were bad when they were young, they grew up and they elevated and they gave their faith to God. They gave their faith to their higher self. They did prayers. Some of them could have been philanthropists. Some of them could have been helping people around the world, but they have blessing. They prayed for others no matter what. Elevated spirit guides. Those are spirit guides also that God has appointed to you to walk with you. Ashe, those are spirit guides of light, and they will help you to achieve your goal. Now, let's go into, and in blessings, I have such a cold, in blessings to my dear friends. Oh my gosh, in blessing, you know who you are. So, do understand that lower energy spirits, bad spirits, they cling to you too. They cling to all of us as humans. There wouldn't be a balance. Now, I'm not saying bad in terms of what they believed in or what they practiced. I'm saying bad in terms of things they've done on earth to harm other human beings, whether it was something really horrible, whether it was something that they did. Those are bad spirits that cause them to hurt other human beings, and they never got a chance to redeem themselves. They also cling to people. So sometimes when we're finagling and messing with the wrong things at the wrong time, without knowledge or for greed, we want to receive this spirit for power. That means that you're still an earth bound vessel. You're not of light because you want power, power, power. But that's all the things that are earthly material vessels. Those now are lower energy spirits that have to be lifted. So what are we saying? Spirits that we continue to not understand and say, oh, I have to keep giving food, offerings, food, food, food. We're holding back those spirits from being able to achieve their higher self, because elevated spirits work on prayers. They work on abundance of prayers with love and light, those affirmations of God. God is of the higher self, but God is the God of Abraham. Then he has his archangels, he has his spirit guides, he has his different Eguns that work for him. In Egun, they say zombie. You know, in spiritualism, they say God. In different faiths, we're not here for that. We're talking on a blank sheet of paper. Do know the spirits that you walk with. The spirit guides belong to God. They are assigned to you. Some are not ancestors. That is correct. To get to know them, it is important when we go to prayer mass, and there are good spiritualists that are there to guide you, to know who your spirit guides are. Or when you go into an in-depth reading with a good spiritualist, they will be able to pull some of your spirit guides. Not all of them are willing to be shown. And when you do find out who your spirit guides are, it's important that you give that candle in prayer and light and say thank you for showing yourself. The biggest aspect of your life is faith and walking with faith. Lua are not spirits. They are Lua. Orisha are Orisha. They are not spirits. When we're talking about Lord Shiva and different deities, they are different energies that are not spirits. However, they walk with spirits that need to help to elevate you. White table is white table only. White table consists of prayers, love, and light. And if you are in a prayer mass or a misa, and there is a spirit that doesn't present with that, then that spirit needs to be taken out or prayed over. But you have to be careful in where you go and what you do. So do know when we're looking this way, we're looking that way, we're looking, and we have so much faith in human beings. Where is the faith within yourself in the light of God? As we get older, we become more seasoned. We don't stay the same. How we know elevation is when you start looking at life differently. We don't call someone ignorant, even though there's a lot of ignorant people out there. That's what we use as a term. We call the person less educated. That is because they are working with spirits that are less educated. You may be at work and someone comes to test you. They may say things that are very disrespectful and may rub you the wrong way. You have to remember that this is not based directly on that human being. They are used as a vessel of spirits that need light. Do understand that. So when you're dealing with spirits that are lower energies, these spirits are spirits of envy. They want more and more. They see someone growing, or they see them doing well, or they see that person, they're a CEO, or they're growing and they're accomplishing, and the person starts slandering them, making up lies, saying negative things. Oh, they're not capable of being a CEO. Oh, they're not capable of working for this company because they're crazy, or they're this, or they're that. That is a bad spirit walking with that person, because they are turning around and putting the other person down. So the person cannot achieve their goals. So how do you accomplish this? Woo! How you accomplish it first is having faith in yourself, with yourself. You must believe in yourself. You must know and open your eyes to those who are around you. You can see if they have light. I can look in someone's eyes and I could see someone has stars in their eyes, I can see what spirit they are walking with. I don't worry about hexing. Many people have gotten readings from me and they're worried about hexes. And listen, whatever people do, if they're into hexing and they're into cursing people, that's because they see that person with a light that will shine, and they are locked earthbound into this world and they want everything for themselves. Or it's just that, sadly, they don't want people to move on. Many people have come to me, do I have witchcraft? If you don't have witchcraft on you and I give you a reading, I'm going to tell you. And if you do, you do. It is your business how you're going to deal with it. However, do know, when you're working with spiritual energies, you are a spiritual vessel. Your whole body is made of plants, of spirits. You were born in this world, and what I mean by made of plants, the very root within your body, your veins, your capillaries, your everything beats and pumps with Mother Earth. What you eat, your plants, your animals, if you are vegan, even better. Do know that this is what keeps you alive. So you're working with the different energies that come from people who put that plant in the ground. Maybe it cross-pollinated. Who prepared and gave you, I don't know, cerasee tea or tea? You don't know. So what do? Why don't you start with having faith within yourself? Lower energies are not to be given food and so forth. When somebody is always throwing tongue on somebody and they're old and they haven't elevated and they haven't even ascended and said, you know something, for me, what I'm going to do for you is I'm going to put a glass of water, I'm going to light you a candle, and I'm going to say a prayer for you. This is the way to go. Your spirits are not preoccupied with eating food. Food is a vessel for human beings, for plants, for animals, things that are alive. Your spirits are already charged. All they need is to know that you believe in them with light and prayers. Do know that everyone's walking with a spiritual energy. There are going to be some people that you walk into that your spirits do not agree with. That is it. I'm going to tell you, and I know this is a long video, so I'm not going to take too long. I remember my grandmother, may she rest in peace, her telling me that her father had a dream that a spirit came to him and told him, since he has a problem with me, he needs to come with me and he needs to duke it out with me. That's the word I'm using, duke it out, fight it out. What does that mean? You could have enemies of spiritualism from your past life. Here you are reincarnated again. Those spirits, because your body leaves, goes to your life. They live through you. Let me repeat that. Reincarnation. Your spirits lived in a past life. Say, for example, they chose you to be reincarnated through. Now you have enemies from your past life that you have to contend with. So this is why prayers and light is most accepted. Spiritualism and spiritual enemies come through past lives or something that you did very harmful to offend someone. And if you know that you've done things, because we're not perfect, right? You know that you've done things, whether it's intentional or unintentional, then you need to ask for forgiveness. So for example, and I do not break any confidentiality, if you know that there's a spirit that you have to work with or someone in a past life or something that you've done wrong, you need to apologize. And if you can't do it directly to that person, do that to their spirits. You have to be careful. A lot of people are walking also with the spirit of narcissistic capabilities. They will harm you and then they will play victim. Yes, it's true. Give that person spirit, because it's not them, they're human beings, water and a candle. Do know that every encounter, positive encounters, people who are rooting for you and say, hey, with true blessing, Move ahead. Go ahead. I'm happy for you. What's up? How are you doing? Are you okay? Those spirits are spirits of light. When you're going to a prayer mass, and prayer masses, a lot of you may know or not know, in what we call mesa blanca, some people say misas, or spiritual gatherings, and someone out of that crowd has a problem, what is a spirit going to do? A good spirit is going to talk to them, help to heal them, give them remedies, talk to them that they can do on their own so that they can become better. They're not going to slander them. They're not going to belittle them. That is not a spirit of light. Spirits of light always give a remedy on how you can solve or fix a problem. 100%. Do know that you are blessed. First, honor God. Honor yourself. Do know that when you see something, because some of you are 20, some of you are 30, some of you are growing and getting older, right? We're all getting older, but I mean older spiritually. Do know that it's time for you to say, you know what? I'm not going to do that anymore. I don't agree with doing it this way. Let me do it that way. I don't agree in, cursing that person out, cursing them back again, telling them F you or whatever. No. You say a prayer for their spirit. Do things differently. So this way, when you elevate and you leave this life, you are contented and you are good with the good spirits in the light of God. You have to keep elevating and growing and growing. So how do we continue? Spirit guides are appointed by God. Most of them are your ancestors of light. Egun, meaning bones. When people say take care of your Egun, they're not talking about the white table. Things are changing. We're talking about Egun, meaning bones, strong ancestors of the Congo region that walk with you. A lot of you, I met many people that are European, 100%. But they have Egungun. Either they go to Africa, they receive Egungun, or they have some of that in their lineage. That has to be told by a good practitioner. Egun meaning bones. Egun doesn't go on the table. Spirit guides and spirits of light and your ancestors go on your white table. This is the correct way. So when you know, why continue to doubt yourself? Believe in yourself. Believe in the light of God. Do know that you can't just go here and there and think that you want to either receive, because some spirits are received through ceremony. You're going to receive a spirit for anything other than the love for that spirit. You have to love that spirit. You have to know that spirit. Those who go into ceremony to receive law, for example, you have to love them, even if you don't know everything about them, because you're not meant to know everything. That's the purpose of ceremonies. Some of the things that are going on in that ceremony, if you know, then why do it? You need to allow yourself to pace yourself. Like they say, cheque by cheque, one step at a time. So do know, when you're going in to receive a spirit, it's not because you want power. It's not because you want love. It should be because you love that spirit. If you're going in to get crowned for orisha, because you love the orisha, you go in clean. Some people have to receive a spirit or do something in ceremony for their health, or something is going on, but it shouldn't be just that. Because then guess what? That's out of vanity, and eventually the spirit knows, higher energy spirits, because there's elevated spirits, there are ascended masters, and so forth. And they're going to look at you and be like, okay, you just did this to get power. You just received me so you can give it to somebody else for power, for money. And that's not what we're here for. We're here, of course, to receive our blessings. When myself as a priest, the priestess, if you want to say, however, because this video is for all, I do it from my heart, but I also make sure that my spirits are taken care of. That's the way that it should be. So do know that your spirit guides will know or whatever you receive, your spirit guides, and you're receiving a strong spirit or something in a ceremony, it should be because you have love for that energy. It's not for anything else. When you go in clean, you stay clean with blessings. And those of you who know me, I thank you for continuing to watch my YouTube channel. I'm sending many blessings to you. Do know that you have your higher self. Instead of running and getting yourself confused with different things, start working with your spirit guides of light. Those who don't have light, those spirits who, with all blessing, I'm just speaking, who are doing things in the other life, whether it's drug dealing, whether it's murder, whether it's, then give them light. Pray for them. So if you want to, you can pray for them so they elevate, because your ancestors are connected to you. They don't need food and constant offerings. They need your prayers and light. So with blessings, I hope that this video answered a lot of questions. I've been waiting to do it. And I thank those who watched till the very end. Alafia, aho, I say namaste and ache to all of you.